I was working in my office at the university one day when a woman I had never seen before came in and tried to get me to come to a sensitivity meeting with respect to the disabled. I looked up over my glasses at her and said, "No, thank you." So she went into her spiel about how we need to be sensitive to the problems of others, and it would be good for me to learn and yada yada yada. "No thanks," I repeated. But she wouldn't take no for an answer, so I informed her that I was disabled and covered by the Americans with Disabilities Act. Her answer was, "Then you in particular should want to come." "Look," I said, "I've been disabled all my life, and I've adapted quite well on my own, to the point where most people, including you, don't even know I'm disabled." And then I got rough, and I don't need someone telling me how to be disabled. Nor do I want other people to be manipulated in my name. She didn't know what to do and retreated from my office as if I had just revealed a cross to Count Dracula. Most of the disabled people I've known during my entire life didn't like being treated as if they were special, particularly in a fragile way. They wanted to be treated normally, not singled out and told they needed special treatment by an army of bureaucrats. That's just insulting, because it assumes we're inferior. It assumes our disability defines who we are. It doesn't. So let's fast forward a few years. Surprise, surprise, I'm still disabled. And I still look at the people who want to convince the rest of the world to believe and treat me as if I'm a special snowflake as, well, evil. Because they are. They're not trying to integrate those of us who are disabled into society. They're trying to make us a group apart who must be treated with kid gloves because we lack the basic humanity to know what we want and to have the ability to function in this world. And that is degrading. Of course, it does give them lifelong good jobs at good wages that allows them to virtually signal how wonderful and caring they are, even as they treat us as subhumans. I didn't start out with this attitude. It came about over time as things were done in my name that I disagree with and thought were excessively and unnecessarily restrictive of others. Our town library, where I was living at the time, moved from a very small single-story building to a new 3-story building. The town renovated the building with ramps, automatic doors, all the other legal requirements. They also invested in a set of large print books and another set of books in Braille. However, because there was no elevator, federal law prevented the library from using any but the ground floor. I was part of town government at the time. I knew that there was no one in town who would be prevented from accessing anything. But the law is the law, we were told, and if we wanted to use the rest of the building, the town would have to put up an expensive elevator now. So for a couple of years, while the town raised the money and all the special collections went untouched, the other 2 floors went unused. Keep in mind that since I was in town government, I repeatedly saw example after example of how the law was not the law. On the local, state, and yes, federal levels. We could have been exempted for a period of 2 years while the town raised the money, but the feds said no. I don't have the kind of evidence that would be needed to go to court, but from the exchange between town and feds, I got the impression that everything could be smoothed over quickly if a consultant's fee, and that's in quotes, was paid to the correct consultant, also in quotes. And all of this was done in my name. Needless to say, I'm not part of government anymore, and I don't support treating the disabled as somehow less than human in the name of some hypocritically evil philosophy to help, in quotes, the disabled while making their so-called supporters rich. It's that simple. Thanks for watching my rant. My goal with these videos is to present to you the world through the eyes of an Aspie. If I have succeeded, remember, the life I would love to become accustomed to is funded by viewers like you. So please like my video, share it, subscribe, leave a comment, remember me in your will, or better yet, send cash.